CPU, 8 cores at 3.8 gigahertz. And then we've got GPU, 12 teraflops, 52 CUs, 1.825 gigahertz custom RDNA 2 GPU. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with Series X. So first off, we are still slated to see Xbox Series X on the holiday this year, 2020.
Phil Spencer has come out and said that their plans are still gung-ho for holiday this year. They said that the impact of COVID-19 has not been a huge issue for them as far as the console. They did say that games may see some delays possibly, but they haven't come out and delayed anything outright yet, which is nice.
Which is very good.
Yes, I'm still excited to play Halo this
Yes, we still want our Halo Infinite on launch day. But we also have a couple of other games coming out that they've released. They're starting this whole like Xbox 2020, this monthly look at some new stuff coming in. And we've got Minecraft Dungeons happening, which looks incredible.
And that's coming out like very soon, like this in May, right?
It's coming very, very, very soon. And then also, not only that, but all of these major releases for Xbox are also coming to PC for any Game Pass holders out there. So if you guys are Game Pass subscribers and you got a PC, you're going to get all these games directly to your PC through Game Pass.
I love Game Pass. Still, I've always said it, one of the best deals in gaming ever, and I love having all of those first-party games to my console day one.
Yeah.
Or in the Will of the Wisps. Oh, man. Such a good game. Played that day one. Oh, so good.
If you guys have not subscribed to the Netflix that is gaming, go to Game Pass. It is incredible. We'll talk about Game Pass a little more. We'll talk about PlayStation 5, but it's kicking the pants out of PlayStation Now. Anyway, spoiler. But don't forget about Smart Delivery. So Smart Delivery is going to allow you guys to upgrade your titles that have been developed for previous gen consoles and get free graphics updates when the Series X releases.
Such a great feature that Microsoft has come out with, because and it's not something that is by default for developers, but it is there if they want to take advantage of it. You buy a game now for Xbox One, One X, One S. It will be, if it has Smart Delivery turned on, you will get the Series X version of that day one or whenever they come out with that, which is so nice to have.
Right.
You don't have to pay twice for games like you did the last generation. I remember back with the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, it was like, oh, I can get Assassin's Creed Black Flag on which one should I do? I don't know, because I can get it early on the 360. None of that stuff. You buy it one time and you get it on all your consoles.
So right now, the titles that I believe are confirmed right now include Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Cyberpunk 2077, and Minecraft Dungeons, and once again, with more to come as developers decide to use the Smart Delivery system.
Yes.
So obviously, we're going to talk a little bit about the hardware specs on Xbox One Series X. They've been going through it on their month-by-month looks. I think one of the biggest noticeable differences, Brandon, is that we're going to see with the Series X the support for hardware-accelerated DirectX ray tracing.
That is
which is a lot of words.
Yes.
A lot of words. Which, quote unquote, simulates the properties of light and sound in real time more accurately than any technology before it. So
that sounds great. It's great marketing speak.
Take my money, Microsoft. But they actually, I'll flash up some pictures of the Minecraft Dungeons. They've got a comparison of the Xbox One S graphics compared to the Series X, and they're incredible.
The ray tracing demo, I mean, when they showed that off at one of their videos or announcements, it was so crazy to see a game like Minecraft, which you don't think of as a graphical game. It is has a very unique style. And when they turned on ray tracing, you just see those light rays come in through the caverns and whatever they were showing on there. It was unreal just seeing a game like that, how it was enhanced by that one feature. So I am so excited to see how other games take advantage of that. I think they were saying, too, that older games, because it's going to be backwards compatible with Xbox One games, of course, Xbox 360 and Xbox, original Xbox, as long as they're in the back compat lineup, that they said that you're going to see graphical improvements on those just out the gate on the Series X, which is so exciting.
So make sure you get your 4K TVs and your HDMI 2 ports, because it's going to be insane. And let's not forget about Xbox Velocity Architecture. This is more of a system they designed for developers, but it's going to help those developers create huge immersive worlds with blitzing fast load times. And so essentially it's going to let developers load up to 100 gigabytes of assets in game. So you're not limited. Say you're playing, a Bethesda game. You're not limited to the 10 pixels or the 20 polygons Bethesda gives you for character animations. It's going to be huge, making huge games really, really immersive.
Basically, for all the casual gamers out there, no loading times. It's going to be fast, which is exciting.
All right, so quickly we're going to go through a couple of other things about the Xbox architecture, Series X architecture, and Brandon, you can feel free to chime in about things you really know about. But CPU, 8 cores at 3.8 gigahertz. And then we've got GPU, 12 teraflops, 52 CUs, 1.825 gigahertz custom RDNA 2 GPU. That is insane. And of course, we've got the expandable SSD memory.
Yes.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about the SSD memory.
Yeah, so the SSD, this is where the consoles kind of shine, in my opinion. I love that we're going to SSDs this generation because it's going to be faster. Again, like we were talking about earlier with the technology, that's exciting. But because of the SSD, games are going to be they're going to be designed with that architecture in mind. When you run out of space on there, if you want to put in an external hard drive, you can do it. But I believe it's only going to be for Xbox One games, 360 original Xbox games on that's supported. You will have the ability to do expanded external storage.
Yeah,
I believe they have little. Looks like we're going back to memory cards, kind of.
Right.
But external SSDs, and I think Seagate is the current or the exclusive manufacturer with that or something right now. But you have the ability to pop these little SSD cards into the back of the Xbox Series X to expand that storage. But SSDs, I mean, no moving parts inside of the that. Just like, I mean, nowadays our phones and computers are all
right.
SSDs. So,
and my favorite part about the SSD is that it'll have up to 1 terabyte expansion cards, and it's going to match the internal speeds of the SSD exactly.
Yes.
You're not going to see any load time differences between an expansion card and the internal SSD. It's all pretty seamless, and that is really exciting.
Yes, exactly.
And don't forget about that 4K at 60 frames per second. That performance target up to 120 frames per second.
Which I honestly, I've not really experienced it. I have not really been a PC gamer, so I'm not used to those frame rates that people talk about with PC Master Race. I don't know. I'm an Xbox guy.
Same here. So they're all PCs now, apparently.
They are, exactly. But I'm excited to see that because, again, 60 frames a second, I hear that games like Destiny, which is an old favorite for us.
Rip Destiny, too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I hear that playing a game like that on consoles has been 30 frames per second currently, and PC gamers get that at 60. And I hear it's a totally different game at 60 frames a second. So seeing that Microsoft has come out the gate saying, we want all our games to be 4K 60 by default. Now, again, that's Microsoft's push for that. Again, it falls on the developers to make use of that. I know some games recently have been announced that they are trying to shoot for that at maybe 30. I think it was, anyway, on one of Microsoft's most recent 2020 videos they had back for this month in May, there were definitely some things that were kind of like, wait a second, I thought it was 4K 60. So it is based on developers to use this, but Microsoft really wanting that to be the standard going across the board.
And hopefully the free market will truly push these devs to increase to 60 frames per second without the crunch. We get it. We understand.
The technology is there. Hopefully they can make the most of it.
And 60 really is a big difference. If you ever played Halo 5, that was in a native 60 frame per second format, but you can tell with the Halo 5, it doesn't look as good as current games running at 30. But you had that smoothness, and it was there for PvP, and it made a difference.